Hi, Gary Claiborne here. You know, there's a lot of confusion out there about our industry. You know, there are people that call themselves financial planners, financial advisors, private wealth advisors, wealth management, and there's probably a bunch of others that I don't know, but I hear being said out there. So you, the public, trying to determine what is it that you guys do, how do you do it, and why do you do it? I mean, that's really what you want to know. So I want to cover that today and hopefully simplify it for you as best as possible. So what do? Well, I'm going to give you a real simple formula, and this formula would help you understand what it is we do. And this is what it is. It's WM, Wealth Management, equals IC, Investment Consulting, plus WP, Wealth Planning, plus ERMT, Expert Resource Management Team. We'll take them one at a time. First, IC, Investment Consulting. Now, there's 460,000 advisors in the United States, and to a greater or lesser degree, they provide managing money. And that's what investment consulting is all about. Next, wealth planning. Wealth planning really has four parts to it. And they are, first, wealth enhancement. What is that? That's about mitigating taxes, reducing income and estate taxes. The next is wealth transfer. Now, wealth transfer is taking our assets and putting a plan together to transfer those assets to our heirs. The third one is wealth protection. Wealth protection is about, keeping our stuff from being unjustly taken by litigants and others out there. And finally, charitable giving for those who want to do some kind of formal charitable giving down the road. Now, in the wealth planning side, we know from recent surveys that only 6.6% of those 460,000 advisors do that. And that may be some of your experience you have out there. Finally, the last part of the formula is the Expert Resource Management Team. Now, it's a collaborative methodology with a process to work with who primarily? The CPA, the estate planning attorney, insurance agent, bankers, etc. down the line. There's a series of folks. But it's working together as a team to provide this wealth services to you. So that's what we do. You say, well, how do you do it? Well, in our case, we have a four-step consultative process. And it starts with a discovery meeting, really trying to figure out where you are, where you're going, and looking at the gaps in there and taking it down the road from there. Next, it's the investment game plan, right? Very most important part for most people is, hey, here's what I got. What can I do with this? I just talked about multiple items there, wealth protection and so forth, enhancement. Next is wealth game plan, where we're going to go through and do this collaborative process of bringing all these folks to bear to take care of all those other issues out there to make sure everything is all set going down the line. And then finally, it's the wealth advocacy manager, the ongoing progress in meetings and phone calls and emails and just continuing to deliver these services out there for a long time. Now, so far this has been very kind of explanatory of what wealth management is and how we do it, but really, more than anything else, you want to know why we do it. Why am I coming in here every day doing this? Is it just a job? Am I just filling time? Well, personal stories are very important here. Now, I've done a personal story. We have 4 other advisors in our firm. Kevin Coyle has, Ed Kelly, Jackie Murphy, and Adam Blonsky. Now, right at the end of this video, I'm going to tack on my personal story. So if you just keep watching the video, you're going to see the last 2 minutes of it will be my personal story. However, we've got links to all the other 4 personal stories for the other advisors in the firm. You should go to it and take a listen and see why they come in here. What are they passionate about? Why are they doing what they're doing? I think it's really important as the overall wealth management side of it. And finally, we have now a second opinion service, because we found out that 4 out of 5 successful families are actively looking for another advisor. Why? Because I think most don't do wealth management. Most, at least from what we see out there, do investment consulting only, and people are looking for a little more. So we have that service. You can find out more about it by calling us and going through that, and we'd love to have you do that. So until next time, enjoy, and here's my personal story. You know how there's a time in your life that defines you? For For me, it was 9 years old, sitting at the kitchen table with my siblings eating dinner. My mom saying on a Thursday, your dad just got paid. He's not going to get paid for another 2 weeks. All this money is spent, and that's all we've got. And your father has a dime in his pocket to make a phone call in case he gets in trouble, and he takes a bag lunch to work every day. And I remember thinking to myself, and I got really anxious and really concerned that we wouldn't have any money to pay basic bills and things and get food on the table. So I begged my mom, and she allowed me to have a paper route when I was 11 years old. And I started bringing in $20 a week profit, and I felt exhilarated. I mean, this was so cool. I was solving this family problem. I just felt great about that. Just wanted to help my family out. While at the same time, my siblings and I talked about our ability to get into college. My parents wouldn't be able to pay, so we needed scholarships. And I was fortunate enough to get an appointment to West Point. Graduated, spent 6 years in the military, got out, went to work corporate America. Now, I'm in corporate America, not really happy where I'm at. My boss in the military said, you know, you seem like the kind of person that really like to work in the financial arena. I said, well, tell me more about that. He goes, well, you seem like you like to help people with decision making, work with money, you love working with people. It seems like a right fit for you. And then I thought, wait a minute. I went all the way back till I was 9 years old and said, you know, if I can solve lots of people's problems, not just my family alone, well, I'll tell you what, that would make me really happy, and I'd be really excited and passionate about this for the rest of my life. And so ultimately, here's what happens. Every day I get up in the morning, I look forward to coming to my office for one thing, and that is to solve one money problem or talk about one money issue with one client. And if that happens, I'm a happy guy all day long. And that's why I'm in this business, and that's why I love what I do.